Hello students, today we will learn the new topic named as histogram. Myself Dr. Harish Garg, you can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. What we have discussed so far, we have learned the concept of the bar graph and the more than 10 plus examples related to the bar graph. You can watch these two lectures available at my YouTube channel Dr. Harish Garg. Now, as we all know, the histogram is one of the most important topic in the statistics. But the question arises is why the histogram is most important topic and how the histogram is different from the bar graph. Under what cases we can use as the bar graph, under what cases we can use as the histogram. All these answer I can provide you in this video. उम्मीद करता हूँ you can like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Now, imagine that I conducted a mathematical test on the 500 students and I collect the marks of all those 500 students. If I display the 500 student marks on the blackboard of the classroom, then can you tell me where the most student scoring? Is the class performing well? How many students are low? How many students are a high scoring? So can you look about all these 500 marks which I have represented on the blackboard? Can you answer in a very simple manner? Answer is always the no, because looking at the long list of the number is always be the time consuming. Then the question arises is what should we do? Instead of looking all these 500 marks, what we can do? We can divide these 500 marks into the similar groups or called as the class intervals. I can break our 500 student marks into the different category like 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70, 80 and so on. And then I can count the number of the students whose marks are lies between 40 to 50, whose marks are lies between 60 to 70 and so on. We can simply count the number of the students fall under each interval. So I can demonstrate the examples. Assume that I have taken a very small data set. I can consider the 15 students and their marks are represented in the following tables. Now based on these following tables, you can easily read the informations and we can easily draw the rectangles like we have seen in this picture. How we can draw the rectangles? Where the base is my class intervals, I can draw the rectangles like of this case. I can draw the rectangles where the base is my class intervals and the heights are my frequency. Once we can taken as the base is my rectangles, then we can draw as the histogram of the marks look like this picture. Make sure students, the difference, the width, the x-axis is always representing my marks, or you can representing as the class intervals. But make sure students, as you can see, there is a no gap between the two rectangles. That means आप ऐसा नहीं बना सकते आप. There is a gap between them. That is not possible. Since the number of the marks are my continuous data, so the rectangles are always touches each other. That means there is no gap between them. Fine. So because as you know, there is no difference between the marks of the 59 and the 60. The word histogram came from the word Greek histo and the gram. Histo means the pole or as a must, while the gram is represent for the chart. That's why we can call histogram as a pole chart. Fine, because we can see there are the look like say pole which are standing side by side. But how the histogram is differ from the bar graph? Once you can draw the histogram like we have drawn this histogram, we can easily represent which class interval has the highest frequency. If you look about that, the class interval 50 to 60 and 60 to 70 has the highest frequency. Which one is the lowest frequency? 80 to 90 is the lowest frequency. Fine. Is the distribution symmetric? You can easily see that whether the symmetric or not. Clearly say this histogram is not a symmetric and easily get the answers of the other options. That is the power of the histogram. We can easily understand the shape of the informations rather than the numerical numbers. Now the question arises is how the histogram is different from the bar graph. If you look about the same data, if you draw the bar graph, it look like say figure A, while the histogram is look at the figure B. But the question arises is, can we draw the bar graph or the bar chart of such informations? तो हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में क्या सीखा था? The bar graph is not a bar graph is applicable only for the qualitative information, that is which are only for the qualitative data. That means we can represent if the bar graph is only for the qualitative informations such as the different departments, sale of the different products, and once we can draw the bar graph is always separated with the gap. However, the histogram is used only for the continuous data or called as the quantitative information. Whenever you have a quantitative informations like marks, height, weight, ages, etc., then we can always draw the histogram and there is no gap between the rectangular bar. बार ग्राफ सिर्फ और सिर्फ हम क्वालिटेटिव इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए यूज करते हैं, while the histogram is used for the quantitative information. Remember always, histogram is used for the continuous quantitative informations. Data are grouped into the class intervals, and whenever we can draw the rectangles, they are always adjacent to each other with no gap between the rectangles. Fine, always remember these 3 points. If you are interested to watch more than 10 plus examples of the histograms, you can follow my YouTube channels and let me know in the comment box that you are interested to watch the more videos. I will upload for you very soon. Till then, you can like, share and comment on this video as well. Best of luck students. Happy learning.